So here we go, folks. This race, 86 laps to go. Richmond Raceway here on this live stream tonight with the controller. NASCAR Xfinity Series, our eighth race of the season, rather. So still early on in the year. We finished third at Bristol last night here, trying to get another top 10 finish here on a short track. This one also going to be tough to win. We have not got a lap under green in this race. We'll have like 4 laps total under 2 separate cautions. Due to taking 2 tires once and staying out of the pits once to keep the track position, stay on the lead lap through the first 2 stages. I wasn't in real danger of going a lap down at all in this one, but it still does help. 84 laps to go, still plenty of time. Of course, Michael Annette currently the race leader. And again, we do still have a long ways to go, and we have, well, not really a long ways to go, but we do have about a third of the race left. We do have 2 more sets of tires that could play huge factors in this one, so definitely under the next 2 cautions we're going to put for tires. If we do get any cautions at all from now to the finish, we've had 4 total cautions in the race, 2 in the first stage, 2 in the second. We have not had one yet here in the third, which was a 100 lap total for laps that we are running here in this stage. We're right along with Christopher Bell in the 16th spot right now, about 2/3 of the track behind the race leader Michael Annette. The biggest deficit of the race here is we're just over 15 seconds off the race lead. We're not last on the lead lap. Brandon Jones is, as of right now at least. Matt Mills still 4 seconds ahead of us. Struggling here just to get around these 2 lap cars. Well, 1 now, Greg Golden.
Clear high, clear high.
It's being a short track here, 3/4 mile track. 80 laps will fly by, let me tell you. Good chance I'll be off of work tomorrow due to the snowstorm that I'm getting overnight tonight. If that is the case, we will have our Daytona 500 held tomorrow. If not, it will have not Friday though. It'll either be Saturday morning or Sunday morning. For a heads up, likely be my biggest race, because my most watched video here at about 700 views is the Daytona 500 from last season. So I'm expecting big viewership here for this weekend for that, especially with the Daytona 500 being this weekend. Jeffrey Earnhardt's had a really up and down season. Remember, he was contending for that win with a 2nd place finish at Texas earlier in the year. Or just a couple races ago, actually. And this is going to be 2 races in a row in which he's going to struggle here and likely finish outside of the top 30 in both of those races. Trying to run our own lap times here, just over 16 seconds back in the lead. I don't see myself catching Michael Annette if we stay green to the end. There's a chance our tires can make it to the end of the race. I still don't even think our right fronts can make it. We're gonna have to push the limit here as far as we possibly can, though. Hope nobody else will pit under any of the yellows. I mean, we are going to be right on the border of fuel right now. We are currently 2 laps to the good.
Car there on the outside.
Oh, slight contact there. Somehow. What a save by the 36. Unbelievable save by the 36. So we made contact down the back straightaway. An incredible job of not overcorrecting it all the way, pretty much halfway down the back straightaway, and as well most of the way through turns 3 and 4. It's just simply amazing. $70 laps to go now. That costed us a little bit of time with that contact, by the way. We're now 17 seconds off of the race leader, Michael Lynette. Again, we have not been a lap down in this race. It's going to be tough just to get a top 10. We did not get any stage points in the first or second stage of the race, so we have really been running about mid-pack most of the race. Qualified 32nd, a terrible qualifying effort. Again, this was despite the fact that we qualified 16th at Bristol and finished 3rd in the last short track we had. Literally just last night. That was with the steering wheel, this is with the controller, so I'm not sure what the disconnect is here, why we're not putting up some good lap times, but we haven't dealt with traffic that well at all in this race either.
Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear there. Clear on. Still there. You got room, you're clear there.
So I have ran my fastest lap ever here at Richmond of a 21.579 in this race, despite the fact I am not having a good race whatsoever, so that just might be the AI in general in this one. It's being a lot tougher all of a sudden.
Still there. You got room, you're clear.
I did pat Matt Mills there a couple laps ago for the 15th spot, putting Mills back to 16th. Now we're just over 19 seconds off the race lead. Again, Michael Lynette is really starting to catch us here. Now, if we fall a lap down, we're not going to be able to get our lap back unless we're the first driver 1 lap down. So therefore, indeed, we got to get going here. Michael Lynette only has a couple lap cars here between us now. We do have John Hunter Nemechek and Noah Gregson just in front of us right now.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top.
The inside of John Hunter Nemechek, battle for 13th really going on here between the 3 of us. Really dive bombing it into turns 1 and 2. A very great pass there on John Hunter Nemechek, so currently no longer the last driver on the lead lap. Michael Lynette closing in on us here. Can we clear Gregson? Not quite. But now, before we get into turn 1, we do clear Noah Gregson, and just like that, we're up to 13th now. and catching up to Garrett Smithley, who is currently in 12th. And Michael Annett is coming. But we got a lot of heavy lap traffic just in front of us as well.
Still there? Clear high, bud. Free line there. You're all clear up top there.
Comments on the inside of us. We're going to finally clear here off of turn 2. Timmy Hill now just in front of us, kind of blocking us off. Gregson's about to go a lap down. He's in 14th right now. John Hunter Nemechek has already gone a lap down. And Christopher Bell in trouble of going a lap down now for the first time tonight, but Garrett Smithley just in front of us. It is key to pass him here. Again, none of us are a lap down right now. So Matt tries to go to the outside of Timmy Hill, the lap car.
At the bottom.
Oh wow, look for that big move there. And Kaz Gralla also in the mix. Zane Smith just ahead as well. We're on the inside of Kaz Gralla right now. Can't get in that time. We're going to have to dive by him into turns 1 and 2. Big move down to the bottom. And we're going to easily clear Gralla off of turn 2. Somewhat keeping our distance here from Michael Annett. Inching closer to the top 10, but Annett now right behind us as we go to the inside of Garrett Smithley, 4:11 on the racetrack, and we're going to clear Smithley up off of turn number 2. Nope, not quite. We're still side by side. I thought we had him cleared. Not quite, and now Michael Annett here just under us, so we're going to have to block him off. Not really pulling away with the race lead. We're up to 11th now. We finally clear Smithley off at turn 4. To the inside of Zane Smith. We're up to 10.
Car outside.
Using the lap car there, Josh Williams as a pick. Still staying to the inside of the racetrack here, trying to keep Michael Annett from putting us a lap down. This could be huge. Especially in case we get that yellow, we won't have to restart at the rear of the field, and we won't have to try to worry about trying to get the free pass as well. There's a good chance the leaders are going to stay out of the pits if we do get that caution. Usually we're really good here as we get into the longer runs in a race, really in any of the 3 series, in any of the seasons I've done here on NASCAR Heat4, but that is just not the case in this race here tonight. Under the lights at Richmond. And here comes Annett, just able to block him off of turn 4. Kind of got a little tight and center off, and I didn't think I was going to be able to hold my momentum underneath him, and now Annett kind of caught up in that lap car currently he was trying to pass here. And we kind of made a move to the top, but we're going to be able to kind of diamond the corner off and barely able to block him off. And now we got a slow car here going into turn 1. Will we get a caution? Custer's all caught up now. We're up to 8th just because of it. Trying to get away from Michael Annett. Will we get the caution? I'm hoping for it, but I just don't think we're going to get it yet. As the lap car is going to be able to limp on the pit road, we stay green. We're up to the 8th spot. We're about 4.5 seconds off of Brian Sieg for 7th. Annett has lapped Custer. The lead lap. Custer's the first driver to lap down in 9th. No, Custer's fallen back actually. Brandon Brown is up tonight. Zane Smith, in fact, is in 10th. We seem to be a little bit faster here than the 6th and 7th place driver. Even if we stay green, we'll be able to catch him here. And even if we become faster than Michael Annett, we're going to need at least a caution here to try and get back into this. And I'm just hoping we can make it a set of tires right here. Factoring in the caution, I mean, as well, we'll have to try to run the final 120 26 laps of this race under green. A 250 lap race here at Richmond. 3 wide now with the lap traffic going into turns 3 and 4. Not a lot of room to do that on a short track. That puts 2 lap cars here in between me and Annette once again. So we've barely been able to stay on the lead lap here over the course of the race here tonight. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this race so far. Hit the like button if that is the case, and or if you enjoy the commentary over the course of this video and or race. We're about 2.5 seconds back from Ryan Sieg for 7th, and about 7 seconds back from Chase Briscoe in 6th. Briscoe won stage 1, dominated stage 2 until Michael Annette took over late in the stage when we went green with 26 to go in the stage.
Clear all around.
Right now it's looking good for Michael Annette here to try and get the victory in this race, and that would lock himself into the playoffs if he can do so. So I don't know if we're actually starting to pull for Michael Annette now, or if it's just the lap traffic he's been having to deal with. There's currently no more lap cars in between us though. We do have the dirtier air of the two of us. Hard to tell because we don't know exactly what lap times we are running. So we'll look at the interval here from the race leader compared to what we're at right now. We were kind of being held up there by Josh Jackson that time through turns 1 and 2. So at the line, 20.7 seconds off the race lead. We got the 7th place driver, Brian Sieg, here just in front of us if we were even through turns 1 and 2. Now through 3 and 4. And that working on Jackson. He's still side by side. We were even that last lap. And I'm sure we're going to have a pretty good battle for 7th here to be the second to last driver on the lead lap. And there goes Sieg protecting the bottom at least right now. It's a good move. Into turn 1, side by side for the 7th spot. Bell on the bottom, Sieg on the top, still side by side off of turn 2. Side-by-side actions. What Annette wants to see. He wants to get both of us a lap down in case of a caution. And we're going to pass Ryan Sieg, costing us a little bit of time though. Almost 21 seconds off the lead. And now Sieg's going to go back down to the bottom here. He's going to try to protect. I hope he holds the net up for like 20 laps, to be quite honest. For however long it takes for us to get a yellow and take 4 fresh tires. Again, that would give us a fighting chance. We are in 7th though, and compared to where we ran in this race, again, no stage points in stage 1 or 2. Finished 14th in stage 1 and 13th in stage 2. Have not led a green flag lap yet in the race. We've led 4 laps total here. 2 under one caution and 2 under another. And that kind of closing the gap on us once again here. He's just really getting through the lap traffic well tonight. 33 laps to go.
Still there. All right, you're clear there.
Harry's definitely earned this race. With us being locked into the playoffs, we will race him clean for sure. We get a restart at him, but we're going to definitely be aggressive, that is for sure. We might throw some aggressive blocks, but we will not make contact with him. Now, he can make contact with us, but If he does that, we might have to repay the favor, but it'd be the only way we'd make contact with each other. Especially with my intent. So we're just over 3 seconds back of Elliott Sadler, who is in 6th, and Chase Briscoe, who is up to 5th now. It's about 3.5 seconds back. So we should be able to get into the top 5 here, probably within the next 10 laps. Michael Annette has led every single lap of this stage so far. He's to say he's not going to go on the record and lead a lot more than that.
All right, clear outside.
Elliott Sadler really not that far ahead of us here. He's less than a second ahead now. We take it 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Oh, a little bump from behind there.
All right, you're clear.
That kind of costed us some time there while trying to catch these guys. Sadler goes to the top side there in turns 1 and 2. Our right front tire is really worn out here, down to 20%. Just over 20 seconds back in the lead. I just don't think that right front tire is going to make it to the end. We're going to need a caution. Slight contact now with Stephen Light. Former Cup Series Rookie of the Year. He won the Daytona race here in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. NASCAR Heat 4. And he will be locked into the playoffs if he can finish in the top 20 in points after the regular season concludes. Sadler goes to the top. We go to the middle because Golding was running the bottom that time. Now we're going to use Golding as a pick. That'll move us up to 6th pretty easily past Elliott Sadler. And now Chase Briscoe, the 5th place driver, just in front of us. Austin Cindric currently in 4th, about 5 seconds ahead of us. Dive bomb now into turns 1 and 2. Briscoe caught behind Gregson. We're going to clear Briscoe down the back straightaway. Just like that, we are up to the 5th position. 12.5 seconds off 3rd place, Justin Allgaier. And about 4 seconds off of Austin Cindric for 4th. Kendo hoping for a caution. Currently 7 drivers on the lead lap still. Probably got about another at least 5 laps for sure with this right front tire. But again, a lot of tire wear here at Richmond with this being a short track. Hoping for that late caution and a late race restart here in this one.
See if we can manage our tire wear a little, huh? All right, you're clear.
And we had a chance for a caution too. If only we could have gotten one. Somebody blew an engine on the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, but was able to coast it all the way back around to get onto pit road. So we now have 20 laps to go, 19 laps to go now for the race leader, Michael Annette. About 18.5 seconds off the lead. Net dealing with very, very heavy lap traffic as well. The pit too, I mean, we're going to fall multiple laps down here. 2.5 seconds off of Austin Cindric. Now 2 seconds back of Cindric here for fourth. He's caught in very heavy lap traffic. They've currently been faster than Michael Annett, the race leader here, about the last 3 to 5 laps. Everybody being on older tires. If we can just get those fresh tires, we will definitely be faster. It's just, can we work through the rear end of the lead lap and get back to the front in time? But again, we're going to need a caution to do so here. Annett gets back to the line. We now have 15 laps to go here at Richmond. Again, hoping for a yellow. Austin Cindric just in front of us. We're easily going to pass him for fourth. Using both the lap cars as a pick there, taking a 3 wide into turns 3 and 4 to get around him. And yes, now 14 laps to go for the race leader in that. Justin Allgaier's lost a lot of ground here.
Go easy on the tires.
Still 9.5 seconds ahead of us. Justin Haley, 11.5 seconds ahead in second. Again, the race leader, Michael Annett, is about 18 seconds ahead, a little less than 18. So even Michael Annett's got about a 5.5, 6 second lead on a short track. So again, just hoping for the caution. That's going to come back to the line. 12 laps to go. We only got 3% tire wear left on the right front. We're going to run this down to the rim if we have to.
We're going to need those tires to last.
Just to hope for a caution. We're definitely staying out this time.
Car on the outside now.
It's going to make for a longer pit stop if we have to repair damage, but that's really the only chance we've got.
All right, you're clear there.
Really hoping for a caution. We're going to need it very soon. Even if we can just get the caution here with the free pass, we might have a shot. 10 laps to go now in this race. 10 to go for the race leader.
Clear high, clear high. See if we can manage our tire wear a little, okay?
And we need a caution badly. That right front tire is going to blow any second. 10 to go for us, 9 to go now for the race leader Michael Annett, and there goes the right front tire in the middle of turns 1 and 2 for Christopher Bell. And now our pace is going to drop off tremendously here. Again, we need a caution bad.
Car outside.
Slight contact there with Garrett Smithley. Can we get the yellow? 9 laps to go. 8 to go for Annett, the race leader.
Still there inside.
Just drifting it in the corners here again. Not only trying to stay on the lead lap, but we're in the 4th spot. I think losing 1 lap versus 2 laps if we are in the pit is going to be a lot better. Can we get the caution? 7 to go for the race leader in that.
Outside.
This could cost Michael Annett a good chance here. There's slight contact now with Drawa, and there goes Annett on by.
Back it down, back it down. Still there inside.
And unless Cindric can get on by him, we're no longer going to even be in the free pass position. With 6 laps to go.
Careful, still there.
Come on, Cindric. Cindric battling him hard here.
Got one up top.
Austin Cindric just got his lap back, so we're currently the first driver 1 lap down, but Chase Briscoe is just in front of us as of right now.
You got room, you're clear there.
A little bit of a rub, but Robbins Racing with 5 to go.
Got one outside now.
Trying to get the caution as well as stay in front of him. Whoa, very loose as we try to keep control. More contact. Oh no! Big contact now with the 10 of Elliott Sadler. We're in the wall.
That car heavy is pitting.
We Yeah, somebody pitting. Are the leaders going to run out of fuel to the end of this race?
Inside.
Another reason we might have to stay out. Does Michael Annett have enough fuel to the finish?
Inside now. Looking inside now.
We fall back to the 7th spot currently with 3 laps to go.
Inside.
Now we're back to 8th. Just trying to run around on a blown tire. 2 laps to go. Can Annett make it on fuel to the finish?
Got a car low now.
We hold on to a miraculous top 10 finish here.
2 laps left.
We're getting no stage points. I'm definitely going to finish this race a lap down. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Michael Annett.
Got a car high now. Back it down. Car outside.
Can't lose control now. We made it so far. Still at 8. Zane Smith's coming though. And the white flag's in the air for us now. Checkered flag in the air. Michael Annett will win here at Richmond, and Annett is now in the playoffs
On the outside now.
here in 2020. Side by side into the final corner here. Battle for 9th. Sorry, battle for 8th rather. We're going to finish 9th here at Richmond. A top 10 finish. A sloppy finish, but man, no cautions the final 126 laps of the race here. No cautions in the final stage. Haley won stage 2, finishes 2nd in the race. Oh, over 5.5 seconds off the race speed. Again, we bring it home 9th. Stage 1 winner Briscoe finishes 6th. So, Annett with the win. Yes, he is locked into the playoffs. He did not have a good points day. We did finish better than Cole Custer. Custer got some stage points when we didn't. At least in the first stage. I don't know if he did in the second or not. So not a terrible points day, but definitely not the greatest, especially by our standards and how we've run so far in the year. So a bit different winner. And we possibly have 5 drivers now locked into the playoffs. Yeah, 5 drivers locked into the playoffs after the first 8 races of the season. So on short tracks, back-to-back races, we did not get the win, and that obviously had the fastest lap. He had the fastest car, led the most laps, 107 laps led of the 250. That is going to be all here for this edition of NASCAR Heat 4 in the Richmond 250 at Richmond Raceway. I will see you guys in the next video. Tomorrow we'll have a predictions video for what I think will happen, who will be the winners in the dual races at Daytona, as well as the Truck and Xfinity Series at Daytona. I will see you guys in that video, and again, live stream coming up tomorrow again on NASCAR Heat 4. It will either be the Talladega Xfinity race or the Daytona 500. It will likely be the Daytona 500. Not entirely sure, but we'll see when it happens. Again, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button for more NASCAR related content, daily content on the channel. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, the commentary, or the race in general. Once again, see you next time.